So welcome back, friends. So we are still on our Trifold brochure design in Adobe Illustrator. I believe we are able to understand this simple concept. So what I'm going to do next is that we need to fill this particular place with color. So I'll select it. Then I'll come to the foreground color here. I will double click on it to open a color picker. So I'm going to, okay, let me do one thing. So we need to play around with color from this point here. So I'm going to double click the color thumbnail here, color fill here. Then this is the color code here. So I'm going to copy it, copy, and click on close. Okay, then I'll select this one here, this white here. I will double click on this point, then I will select this and right click, paste. Now the color has been pasted. I'll click on OK. Good. But what I need here is a kind of simple color psychology. So I'll come back here, double click on this fill, then I will play around with another blue, something like this, and click on OK. Now you can see there is a bit difference between the blue. So now the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to select everything again. Let me select it one after the other. I will select this, shift key and select this, and shift key, select this, and this. Then from the home tab here, I'll go to this point and remove stroke. So everything has been perfectly okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is to start to input text to our Trifold brochure. So we have to go to the type tool now, and having select our type tools, let's see, then we need to go to the home tab here and change our font type and font style and every other thing. So I'm going to select here and change my font type. So I'm going to make use of this font here. Now I will come here and increase the font size to 72. Then I'll make a type. So the first thing is my brand name, Excel Graphics. And multimedia. But in this case, you can see this font here is not nice. So I press Ctrl A again to select everything. So I have to come here and change my font style to something like this. And I have to come here, change from regular to medium. And I have to come here also and reduce the font size to 21. And I'll come to my pick tool or selection tools and drag and take the brand name right down here. Let me put it here. Then I have to come here again, change from medium to semi-bold. Good. So I'll press Ctrl Plus to zoom out the entire document. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the services we render at Excel Graphics and Multimedia. So I'll go back to my type tools again, and I'll make a type. So our primary services is graphic design, then digital marketing, graphic design, web design, online, and offline training. So I press Ctrl A to highlight everything, and I'll come to the font size here. I'm going to change the font size to 12, and let me select this and press delete. So I'm going to retype graphic design, then enter, web design, and development. So I'm going to short that. Then the next one is digital marketing. Lastly, training. So we can say design training. Okay, so now I'm going to select everything. Then I can increase the font size from this point to 14th, and I'll take it here. And I will make sure I take the company name to the top a little bit like this. Then here, it's going to be here. Now we can change this color to white, right here. Now we can go back to the type tool and select the type tool. Press Ctrl A to select everything. Then Ctrl T to open the character panel. So I'll go to the paragraph and I'll make sure I justify all line. So I'm going to select this. I'm going to delete. Now, these services here, we can still apply some interval between the type. So I'll go back to my type tools now. Select it, Ctrl A to highlight. Then here, I have to go back to the character. So when I get to the character, you can see the difference interval here set to be 16.8. So I'm going to click on this and I will take it to 18%. So you can see the difference. So I will still increase it from 18%. Let me see 24. I think this is a little bit nice. So I'm going to select my selection tool. So now Shift key and select the company name. So I'm going to make use of my arrow key to tap to the top a little bit. Now, what I'm going to do next is press Ctrl key down plus, Ctrl plus. Now I have to come to the toolbar here and right click on the rectangle. I'm going to select a circle. Now the color, I'm going to change it to black. Now I will draw a perfect circle. Okay, so I'm going to expand it a little bit. Control Z, Shift key and Alt key and drag. I think this is too big. Anyway, so I'll position it here. Then Shift key and drag. Okay, now I'll make a duplicate of this. Alt key on my keyboard and drag it down to make a duplicate. That's one. Then same goes down like this and like this. Now I'll press Shift key on my keyboard and select all the shape. Then I'll use my eye color dropper now. I'll pick this blue. I'm satisfied with that. Then I'll go to the object group. Then I'll press Shift key on my keyboard and select the type, object, and group. Now I will press Shift key and select the company name now. Then I'll make sure I align it to align horizontal, align left. Good. So I'm done with this part of services. Control+0. Now, what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to continue with my type tool. So I have to take this for one side now. Now, here, I'll go back to my type tool. Here is going to be about us. Then I'll press Ctrl A to highlight. So I can use my eye color dropper and pick this blue here. Good. Then I will go back to the font here and I will increase the font size to 18. I can change from semi-bold to bold. And I can perfectly place this at the top right here. So next thing I'm going to do is to bring out my text panel. So I have this text right here. So I'm going to make a copy. Ctrl Z to copy. And I'll come back to the Illustrator. I'll select my type tool again and I'll draw a text frame. Now I have to rearrange the paragraph panel. So before that, I can make use of this panel here to format the text. So I have to change the format of the type from bold to medium. Then I have to reduce the font size from 18 to 10. Then I have to work on the paragraph and take it back to align left. So for you to see all the changes, so I have to come back to the character and work on the interval because we have worked with that earlier. So how do we do that? We have to come to the paragraph, then the interval here, we should put it in auto. Look at it. So everything will be changed in a good manner and the way and manner we want it. So I'll press Ctrl A again to select everything. I'll bring out my text palette and copy more text. So I need enough text in that place. Copy. Then I'll press Ctrl V to paste. Very good. So you can see now that our text has been perfectly okay. So I think I'm satisfied with this kind of format. So about us, so we can use our arrow key to tap to the top a little bit. Now we have hotkey, and I'm going to make a duplicate of about us. Oh, sorry, Ctrl Z, hotkey, and drag down. Now I'm satisfied with about us part of the thing. So I can change this format of the text from medium, select everything. I change it from medium to regular. I think medium is a kind of bold. Now here we still need to format the text. So I'll go back to my type tools again. I'll press Ctrl A to select everything, and I'll come here and I will change the size to 8. Okay, I think this is much better. So I can just continue to type so that everything fill the space the way I want it. Or better still, Control A to select everything. I will make use of paragraph. Then the paragraph now is going to be this, justify with last line align left, something like this. Now I'm going to go back to my pick tool. I will select this now and press delete key on my keyboard. Then I'll select this, and I can adjust my text frame. Then I'll press hotkey on my keyboard and drag it down to make a duplicate. Very good. So now the size of our text, we need to make sure that we know the size. Let's go back to the character panel. So the size of the text is 8. So we need to work on that. Then here we can make a duplicate of this, hotkey and drag down. Here can be customer review. Control here, customer review. Okay.